finding a sister in Cynthia, and just really everyone here. I just feel truly like we were meant to be in each other's lives.
Yeah.
Tu sei verde.
Well, I think, loving something so much as a fan is very different than actually jumping into its skin and becoming it. And, I think with Glinda, there's so much delicious comedy that just exists naturally there. And you don't have to lean too far into it just because the truth of what she's saying is just funny as it is. So I really had a lovely time digging into what lies beneath for her and that journey, her arc, and the discoveries she makes about herself through meeting Elphaba and her popping my bubble, let's say, for the first time. She is a person who doesn't know how to see outside of herself in the beginning. And I think that's just because of how she was raised and her upbringing and her life. And she comes into this story as someone whose biggest fear is being disliked or not being the most popular person in the room. And I think through meeting Elphaba, that changes. Her biggest fear is now causing hurt, and being this person that she deep down doesn't want to be. And I think that's much like Jon said, when you find out the truth, what do you do with it? And I think my favorite thing about Glinda is just her journey of finding what to do with it and how to become more good as the story goes. And I just have loved getting to know her and getting to know Elphaba and taking little pieces from them both along the way. And yeah. It definitely was a lot of hard work to sort of transform my literal muscles of my throat to sing very differently, just because Glinda's range is a coloratura soprano. It's very classical, it's very full and round. It's different than just doing whistle tones or, the high singing that I do in my pop career. It's very, very different. So even before my very first audition, I was training with my vocal coach, Eric Vitro, for a couple of months, just in case, because I just wanted to start transforming the muscles, because just like any other muscle in the body, it's habit, they learn with training. And I took a lot of time because I wanted it to sound legit. I just didn't want to give them any reason to not to not see the vision. So yeah, we worked really hard on it, and I'm really grateful for Eric, like I said, and my acting coach, Nancy Banks, too, because simultaneously I was training with the both of them just because I wanted every tool that they might ask me to use to be ready, just because I love it so much and I wanted to earn it.
So I sort of like decided that she had to earn what she gets to in Defying Gravity. So I knew that I didn't want to throw everything at the wall immediately. So there's this wonderful sort of build all from the beginning. So the first time you hear in The Wizard Eye, it's like small. She's still finding it, and she gets that one moment at the top of the peak, and it's all out, but it's quick, and then we don't hear that sort of like big sound again until the very end. But in order to sing Defying Gravity in the wires, in the corset, I needed a really wonderful vocal coach. And we had started training on the wires earlier on, much earlier on in the process. And I would run and train about 2 hours every day before I would come into work.
Send the videos, please.
Please.
I'll send the videos.
Please leak them to social media.
But it was necessary because I really needed to get my body ready for it, because it requires something very different muscularly in the body in order to have enough of the stamina to sing that way. Usually when you're up in the rafters with that size of sound, you need the ground beneath you. You actually need gravity to make the sound, and because I didn't have it, I had to sort of find it in my body, and that was with the help of a wonderful vocal coach, Antea Bachet, who would help me figure out where to place it and how the diaphragm could be used when it was being compressed by a corset, and how my breath could be used, how my lungs could be used when they're half in a corset and constrained by a wire. But when we found it and when it happens, it felt really thrilling, because the first couple of times you really are trying to figure out, what am I doing? But I knew it was necessary because I wanted to feel flight. I wanted to feel what it felt like to fly. And so that when I did sing it, I was defying gravity. And it all sort of came together. And when it did, it was wonderful, yeah. I feel like I've gained a bit of a family. And definitely in Ariana, we're bonded for life now. This is like my soulmate. And I feel like these characters took up a little space in me and have helped me work through a couple things. Yeah.
I mean, I think amen to that. Retweet.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely feel,
Space.
yeah, so, like we have a family that we've created in this, and I think, you know, Jon so generously says sometimes that he needed us, but I think we needed these girls.
Yeah.
I think, you know, healing alongside Glinda kind of adjacently along the way, and finding a sister in Cynthia, and just really everyone here. I just feel truly like we were meant to be in each other's lives. Yeah. And I'm going to stop because I haven't cried so far today. So I'm going to call it.
Call it.
Johnny, pass it
It
to
ends
you.
here.